abusuafo native for hey Alpha 1G and then first time aban so any di no book kwan so no subscribe ya man sene benye news bia no shibia benye notification phone so no abehafin so e ma fi so be shama down for so enya beauty for me and cancel so tin sene na parliament in sense na ekosese no enim the vice president defeated candidate friend NAPO na right now in see me see parliament am say no or can't speaker Bamba Mr. Speaker Mera huye pa because senior a year NDC amanyuko no esi hurume no like mempe na senior omusi can't say yen ko position mempe as say no kwakoya de se more mi pa say na to force so ide aboro man to say go Afenyo market ni maso wakase mo kwakoje ebeka ships bia ehun hia asem okoje like modi Ghana for hia sanima no se Ghana for ko hia sanima na munjai ma the current administration na ebeba so na the current government na ebeba so no mo share situation no mo se Ghana for hia sanima na omoya ma na wo gba beje akabe almost 3 to 4 as a 1 month ni na ya swear the president ni mo person ship worth 140 million euros such as mo de kwa akoyede Ghana for hia sa niema no as at for say the ababonti abi semagu a just we liki niema go about sitting na teteno yes teteno as ehun hia say eyenkofo edisa taxes ahodo wave taxes ahodo side esa dugu ni paso kamni nkuti nsema course e ba ne de nkomatwa de ato.
Minority leader and the majority leader have come to an understanding as far as government business that we can pursue this session that we are undergoing. Just to get up and say that Ghanaians have totally rejected MPP and all his bills and all his encumbrances is a very, very unfair statement, Mr. Speaker. It's a very, very unfair statement in the sense that there are other things that have been programmed that I think that we shouldn't even bother to do. Why should we at this time take up any bill, whether it is environmental bill or social bill? I think the new government then should come and start because we are resetting. And I agree, Ghanaians voted for resetting. So, Mr. Speaker, let's probably, the only thing we have to do is to take the vote on account and close shop. We should not continue with any business here because like Honorable Okujeto said, and rightly so, Ghanaians have voted for the resetting agenda of Nkoko-Nkiti. So, not only that, Mr. Speaker, apart from the vote and proceedings and maybe his end of service benefits that he's very much interested in, every other thing, social protection bill, second reading of bills, third reading, so that we have enough time to do Article 71 business and do vote on account, such that, yes, if it is not worth doing, it's not worth doing. Please. So we have agreed on resetting. Let's close shop on everything. Do those that are interested in that will further his own personal interest. And close shop. Thank you.
US dollars, which will be a fiscal strain on the next budget. The Speaker, I said this on the backdrop that before us, they are proposing to buy ships worth 140 million euros at this time. Mr. Speaker, it is very wrong for a government that is leaving office in 3 weeks, to commit 140 million euros. Mr. Speaker, if it is extremely important for the state, allow the new government to commit them. Right, Honorable Speaker, the tax exemptions before us, if approved, will have a fiscal burden in the next budget. So you are saying that the next government should carry your burden of $350 million? Mr. Speaker, no way. No way. It's not going to happen. Right, Honorable Speaker, as we speak, there is no 2025 budget. Activities before us cannot commit to the 2025 budget. You don't know the priorities of the next government. Look, I reviewed the Hansard before coming here. The Honorable Chairman Bosu is a precedent to me. Okay, it's authority on this matter. In 2016, what he said to us, and it is for that reason why today we were not able to take the loan for Dam and Go Water. I brought Dam and Go Water before us. They said to us that you cannot commit the next government, and if it is urgent or important, allow the next government to take it. So, Mr. Speaker, issues that will commit this country, as long as our budget is concerned, Mr. Speaker, I beg to say that let us leave it for the next administration to handle. But there are other low-hanging fruits here, like the Environmental Protection Agency bill. It is only we finished the bill. We have left with only the third reading. Mr. Speaker, that one, if you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't want it, the next minister responsible for environment will come and do it. But anything else, Mr. Speaker, it won't happen. It will not happen. Thank you.
Entrench the peaceful nature of this house towards Friday. Any attempt to do other things may not be good. And you also said the whips should do something about welfare. Leader, you have the key to addressing the welfare issues of this house. I have no control over the finance minister. I have no control over the common fund administrator. You can do that. I don't even know the last time I saw the how do you call it? The common fund administrator. All I know is that during the campaign, candidates of a particular party receive a lot of goodies from common fund. It's not from her. It's not from her. Okay. Honorable Dr. Poku Prempe said that it's not from her. I just said, I didn't mention any name. I said they receive goodies. One particular party received goodies that appear to be goods from common fund. But if it's not from her, fine. But the only people who can cause the common fund administrator to disburse to the assemblies, the only person who can cause the common fund administrator to fulfill her mandate as in the Constitution is you, not our side. But if he fails, maybe we would advise ourselves. So there is no shifting of responsibility. You have the opportunity. I've seen people the expectation. We have 5 days to prove you are a majority leader.
Otherwise, we take it from you.
I will reserve other comments.
And deal with obnoxious the tax regime we have, according to him. If that were to be so, why will this same incoming government reject the 1D1F, which is giving an incentive? Because we don't want too many imposition of taxes on corporate Ghana. What this tax is doing, what this is doing, is to take away the taxes. You say that you are going to repeal taxes. We are giving an incentive. You say no.
Honorable Majority Leader, business statement.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I'm responding to the consensus.
No, we are not debating the subject matter. We are looking at the business statement and the items.
So, Mr. Speaker, what I'm saying is that I did not just come up with these. We sat at the committee. It's a collective decision to bring this proposal. Mr. Speaker, they should know that they are coming into government too. This opposition posture, you better change. I mean, you are no more in opposition. Or you better stop that, your behavior. You should change your behavior. We should see signs of your readiness to govern and stop this violence, chaotic, bugaga thing. Stop. You are now...
Honorable members, please. We are not just in a conversation. We are in a parliament and we have rules. These items found space on the order paper because they are pending business. And so if you look at the standing orders, you have to keep on capturing them on the standing orders because they are business before the House. They were earlier on admitted by the Speaker. They were presented to the House. They are before us and they are not completed. So they will always find space and they standard in the order paper.
The opportunity to make a comment on the business statement presented by the leader of government business. And Mr. Speaker, one thought that the leader would take a cue from your guidance. There are major developments in the country, and therefore, as a house, Mr. Speaker, one of the most important business this house should preoccupy itself with is the expenditure in advance of appropriation for January to March 2025. Arguably, Mr. Speaker, because the new government, which will assume the powers of government from 7th January, will have to put its house together in order to get a budget before the reconstituted parliament on midnight of has a mandate until midnight of January. But cautiously, they should be guided that they are not committing the incoming administration to some fiscal and budget constraints with some of the decisions they want to make. So he should, as you guided, Mr. Speaker, some of it that he wants to, some of the business he wants to take, even though he says that he wants understanding and consensus, he should be guided and prioritize government business. Our first major business should be the expenditure in advance of appropriation that this house must concern itself with. The other business can wait. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Blakwa.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, the list of priorities for this meeting, Mr. Speaker, I want to respectfully appeal to you. As you read through your list of priorities, I was hoping to hear that we will include work on the constitutional amendment matter. And considering the fact that all of these matters have been voted against and rejected by the Ghanaian people, why is the majority leader still putting it in the business statement and wanting to get us to work on these matters, which are so unpopular? A tall list, over 40 tax waivers, Mr. Speaker, and this will have serious fiscal implications for the next government. I mean, why do you want to saddle the next government with these huge revenue losses when you have been roundly rejected at the polls? And this is a government talking about coming to cut down obnoxious and nuisance taxes. And then you are creating more fiscal liabilities for us. So, Mr. Speaker, we want to serve notice that these tax waivers, we are not going to support them. So, please listen to the Right Honourable Speaker's list of priorities, particularly the budget for the first 3 months of next year. As for tax waivers, we cannot support you. Honourable Afenyo, we cannot support you. So you need to really get this out of the business statement. I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker.
Etiefo ni ahwefo enya atensema beka NAPO the defeated vice president candidate no already okwama Maudu Bawumia as I say no I say omuhuru no mpesa de no ka kire speaker Bambami say kebe ya omunja onkanche no me do munja ni huru no because so mo ko position the party no nche so omunye do muhuru no but still na no muhuru no but say no information me about na so no say ye dwene ho aye ntia say mo kwa akwaje anase mo kwa akoto ship say worth 140 million euros say ehun hia Ghana for sisi Ghana for so mo hia adwuma Ghana for so mo hia akwan a enye ne mesinso so omo hia sa ne ma so kwa akoto ship ya eden eno na ebeka atofo sen ya babontin apabegu Afenyo markings animas because the or person budget order the person de ban nyansa said the nyansa bi anim na o hwe okuze do abra kwan sema sare tu Ghana na okase 40 eye beka tax ahodo tax waiver besa de ba se na be metima approve no na etima beton Ghana for se na be ya se the current government ba no omaka che Ghana for nya se mo anga se mo se eye president Mahama ba wasare tax ahodo begumu so tax ahodo tax ewo na enya nyimfiro kwampo no osade ahodo 40 ana sabe bugu yeso enti be ya omunye de omonsanye de ensorintia no nenso Ghana for so many ada ho MPs for no me NDC amanyu konsomo parliament so many ada ho almost say tax here the current administration ba omona behwe because never been the majority leader right now because some year born some money can show Afenyo mapping say when I the majority leader just with timu ya o de kakakra we micro minority leader now o leader now your campo no entity I say one share na one de one send lead MPP amanyu koni bim obey o mamatena back otena echirefo ni bi ontena ni bim I say when ya April to me April odi to me na kwanfa I say any information between us obitima che wadwen comment bitim so ahia mo adam for so ni bi ahwe hire for one chakam